Mr. Mayor, I'm going to hand over to you.
Thank you. Just for those who weren't at the risk and assurance meeting this morning, this is just a duplication of that. So we're just formally adopting the annual report. Bit of a backdrop to it. Reasonably tense meeting this morning for those that were there. They'll recall that. And that was predominantly around our view that the previous audit was not satisfactory in its timing. And secondly, it was worse than the previous year to that, which was not good either. So we saw a bit of a slippery slide. Since the meeting this morning, there's been some backwards and forwards meetings with Audit New Zealand and their chief executive, who was down today for our meeting to try and defuse the situation, because my initial position was that I would not sign the annual audit report that has to go away, and that would trigger a whole tsunami of issues, including a report from the Auditor General to Parliament. And so we worked our way through that. But having said that, the legal requirement for an annual report is the 31st of October. We extended it out till the 20th of December as our benchmark. We wouldn't go any further. And here we are on the 7th of March just doing it now. So not a good experience for the last 12 months. And to be taking that many months is not good. So they've agreed to do better next year, and the players involved give me some insurance, and Michael and Patricia were there, and so they're confident, so that's a good thing. I stressed to Audit New Zealand that we cannot afford to lose key staff over our joint ability to do audits in a timely manner, or to do them in a way that doesn't frustrate the hell out of both parties. And I just said to them, look, there are some jobs in this council that you die in a ditch to retain. Financial auditors are one, building inspectors, IT people, people like that. You just need to have them. Can't afford to lose them. They're precious. So we got some generation for that, and some commitment from Audit New Zealand that they would do significantly better next year. The consequences of not signing would have been that the Auditor General would then have not accepted our audit report, and it would have gone to Parliament. That would have upset potentially our borrowers in the marketplace, who might have thought that there was stuff to be concerned about, and it would have a trickle-down effect as well. So I've bitten my lip and taken the threat away, but we don't want to tell Bruce too early because we want him to sweat a little bit. But it's turned out to be okay, but it's not been a good experience for the staff that have had to, I guess, do this remotely. And so a lot of the questions have come from not a personal visit or an annual plan about how they're going to resolve it. The audit, it's just constant telephone calls saying we want more information, clarify this, clarify that. And the staff have just got to the end of their tether. So fingers crossed it's okay next year. We've got a set of recommendations for that report, as you'll see, and I know you've all read the 252-page report, so I'm really pleased about that. Just one amendment for the record at the top. It's got approved by Michael Day, Acting Chief Executive. That's no longer the current title. The current title drops the acting, so Michael has been appointed on the 26th of last month. So it's quite a long report, and if people want to raise any questions, I guess now is the time before I put a whole series of recommendations that go with it. Yeah.
Bruce is about to join.
Yeah. Oh, don't want to tell him too early that he's not to worry about this. So no questions on that? Are we waiting to get Bruce, are we? No, we're not. No, okay. Well, if there's no questions on it, and it is a very detailed report, but it has been worked through by staff and certainly by the Risk and Assurance Committee this morning. We've had Ross behind me involved as well, so we worked our way quite nicely through it. So I've got real confidence that it's okay, what we're putting up, putting aside the fact that it's taking way too long. So if somebody would like to move all those recommendations, that would be great.
Move those.
Thank you, Leslie. Where are you, Darren? Oh, yes, Darren. Yes, excellent. The team again. Any discussion about those recommendations? There being none, I'll just put those in. All those in favour?
Aye.
Done. And you can, Ross, you can tell Bruce that I will sign the papers later today. So you can sleep all right tonight?
Thank you, Nobby. Appreciate that.
Yeah. I was trying to hold out as long as I could.
Look, and on that, look, Nobby, without wanting to prolong your meeting, you're aware of the discussions we've had, and they have been substantive and substantial with Audit New Zealand. It was good to record a note that Stephen Walker, the Executive Director, was here. So, yes, we want change, and I think your tactics have helped get that. Thank you, Nobby.
Okay. That's done. Goodbye, Bruce.
Oh.
Leave the eyes to it. Have a good night. Thank you.
So if somebody would just like to close that part of the meeting. Okay. Oh, sorry.
No, you don't have to. No, that's the end of.
No, you can't.
You've got one more item. Recommendations to council.
So tab 4, we've done that. You've done that.
Oh, yes. From Michael Morris, wherever you are.
It's over there.
We've got a paper here from you.
Oh, major late. Oh.
Recommendations to council from the Finance and Projects Committee, meeting held 21st of February.
Mayor Clark is just bringing through the recommendations from the Risk and Assurance Committee meeting of this morning, as the minutes aren't able to be prepared in such a short time frame, whereas we can... Oh, sorry.
No.
My apologies. Keep thinking, Michael. No, this is the Finance and Projects Committee. This was a recommendation that was unfortunately missed being moved at the last council meeting. And given that there was an extraordinary meeting held today, this was an opportune time to get this recommendation through from the Finance and Projects Committee approved by council. So apologies for this. It was an oversight when the agenda and minutes were prepared for the council meeting last week.
So I'll move that it be received as a major late item and move the recommendation.
Yeah, thank you, Graham. Seeing it's your committee. All those in favour?
Aye.
Carried.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Somebody like to close that down and go into PE for your benefit.
Okay, I'm going to just wait for the live streaming to end.